Thomas Wake, Prince Scorpio, Astro Wake. We have a presentation. I hope that you enjoy it. I'm into it. Now, here we are in April 2019. April is Latin for apero. Apero means to open. So now we are opening up. Truly, that's what spring is about. Spring is about one big freaking orgasm, a universal earth orgasm. We have Uranus, who is the mind of God, the king of the heavens. Touchdown into Taurus, his consort. This is the bridegroom marriage prophesized in scripture. Now we have the sun on the first day of Taurus towards the middle end of this month. We have for the first time the sun catching up with Taurus, who will be the home of Uranus for the next 7 years. So this is going to give us a very good taste and shine a light upon what Uranus is going to have in store for us in Taurus. Uranus is the unpredictable. So this is going to be a good time to see what the heck is going on. P.S. This is all unpredictable. We're just trying to ride the waves. It's catch the cycles. That's just the wave. Look at all this action in Capricorn. This is why we're calling this April. We're coming out. Are coming out. I want the world to know. Clearing up, getting out of this foggy haze. Mercury going forward, coming out of its shadow. But before it does that, it's going to run into Neptune. This is the chance for a big fantasy to buy into. That's disillusionment. Or this is also, conversely, a time to use discernment of spirits. What vibes with your true, authentic soul that has no fear. This is a time for really cutting away anything that gives us fear. Fear of tackling our karmic ties. We have the South Node, which is called Ketu, as opposed to Rahu, who's the head of the dragon moving forward. Ketu is our karmic one who's crapping stuff out. What do we need to crap out? This is a karmic time where we can cut these karmic ties. We're going to have this new moon on the last degree of Libra. It's going to be the second new moon of the month. This is not common. I'm sorry, we have the full moon there. The new moon in Aries. We're ending, we're new beginning. So the new moon that happens, I believe it's on the 5th, this Friday. This is where we start that new thing. Then on the last day of the moon in Libra, the last day before we move into Taurus, that's when it's going to come to light. And Taurus season is all about bringing things to the earth. So this is with when we have the fire energy, where we start projects that perhaps in Mercury season they had a hard time moving forward, but we learn from that. We take those lessons, and now we're like that courageous, good shepherd who leads the way. That shepherd, the ram, the lamb of Aries. We've just had the Passover lamb. We've passed over from the darkness of winter into boom, new life. And that took a while. Perhaps you couldn't see where we were going. Now the roads are going to clear up. And we're going to have the energy, Mars and Gemini, to do that communication, to send those messages, to be that entrepreneurial type spirit. And you're going to have that fire behind you to really push you. We got foundations breaking down, old cycles breaking down. We take them to the land of Pisces, of dreams, where we have ultimate surrender and also an ultimate religious experience, something very spiritual, mystic love with Venus in Pisces. Venus is exalted in Pisces, but she's also going to come to a conjunction with Neptune in Pisces, which Mercury just went through. So our mind just went through never, never wonder Twilight Zone land, and we're getting out of that. But then our love and our value system, Venus is going to hit that. So that could be a chance for a mystical, spiritual Saint Teresa of ecstasy rapture, or that could be a time for falling into drugs, addictions when we're not taking this opera, this new opening of a new us and not cutting off our karmic ties. This is an ideal time to dead habits. The universe is, there's times where it's not conducive weather astrologically to stop something, to address a habit. This is the forces at work to help us to cut these things off. Those things that we've been putting off and they quote unquote oh no are no longer serving us. Not only are they no longer serving us, they're hindering us from moving forward and from getting off of this karmic cycle because we're not learning that lesson. And we make excuses. Lord knows I'm the king of excuses. Call me Prince Liam, but Prince Scorpio, king excuses. But not no more. I'm putting my foot down. This is self-discipline. Saturn in Capricorn. Self-discipline. I am the great disciple of Saturn, of time. Taurus, Rhea, Venus, space. Now we are the energy of Aries, of fire. We have to be the black sheep and trail that path, blow it up, have faith. That stuff's going to start to see it come to fruition, materialize in Taurus season, the most fertile, the best season of the whole year. That's why I drew a little freaking flower here. We're getting ready for summer. Oh, this is beautiful. Woo! Lots of healing. Chiron, first degree. This Pluto, first Pluto goes over the south node, and then Saturn will. When Pluto goes through it, that is deep destruction on emotional, psychological level, a whole mental thing built up. And this isn't happening overnight. These things have been built up for a while, perhaps many lifetimes. South Node K2 is in charge of past lives. Believe that or not, if you want to believe about past lives. It was in the Christian Bible until a king and a queen took it out in, I think, 1400 AD. A certain revolution spirit with when we're going to get this real taste of Uranus and Taurus as soon as we move into Taurus season. But let's not put the cart ahead of the bull. We still have this Aries Martian fire to use. And they're in receptive signs. So we have Mars, whose home is in Aries. That's where Mercury is. And then Mars is in Gemini, which is Mercury's home. So they both are receiving energies and working together. That's also a lot of masculine testosterone. I also see with this square that's going to happen, the square from the sun to all this Saturn Capricorn energy at 23 degrees. That is like wartime. But we have this blessing. We have Jupiter just behind at the same degree almost. And so that's giving a beneficial trine. That Sagittarius Jupiter at home. It's like if we didn't have that right now comforting this, woo, thank heavens, my friends, that Jupiter is there. And then we have Venus exalted in Neptune's home and about to make conjunction in Pisces. All this home energy, This is us stepping into the freaking age of Aquarius, strongly taking a step forward in that direction. Okay, with all this, Capricorn energy, something that not many people may know is that Pegasus is a constellation that's happening. It spans from, I think, the tail end of Aquarius all the way through Pisces, Aries, and that just ending in Taurus before it gets to Taurus, I think. And so that's Pegasus. See Pisces, Aquarius underneath it. Okay, that is the flying freaking unicorn. Christ was known as that because Christ, ultimately, as the master disciple in the story, is the 13th sign. These are his 12 apostles. As born December 25th would make him a Capricorn, which the goat, perhaps he was the greatest spiritual teacher of all time. The Capricorn goat, also known as the sacrificial goat. So what we do, we sacrifice the lower ego, those lower passions and desires that are base level, that are not helping us ascend. Now, when we take those two horns of Capricorn, we bring them together, we have the blessed unicorn, who's also a constellation in the sky. And we've opened up our crown chakra, and bam, when we wrap the two horns together, shooting up into the freaking heavens as we've properly planted our roots in and not getting lost in the dark system of the roots, but bringing up all that's good there up through our freaking crown chakra of Aries, the seventh seal. Who was worthy to open the seventh seal? You, who become a disciple and practice self-discipline and learn the lessons of Saturn now. And Pluto's there to make it a life or death situation. But then see how the universe is so beneficent and loves us so much that it puts Venus exalted in Pisces with Neptune right there just after the midpoint, and Jupiter to help soften some of this blow and to give us that faith and that hope to see how brilliant the mind of our God is. Signing off, Thomas Wake. Ooh. This is just you want to find out where this is all going on in your own chart. And then we could be very precise about what house is this in. Your first house, your personal who I am. I happen to have my first house in Capricorn on my ascendant. That's why you want to know the time that you were born. Book a reading. We'll go through 45 minutes for $95, I think is what I'm doing right now. Do a great presentation. You'll love it. And I become your freaking stellar friend. Don't call me out weird times of night, though.